Hello everyone, my name is Zoe Holland and I am the academic librarian here at Tuzzy Consortium Library, and welcome to LS 101, the online section for fall of 2024. We are going to dive right into showing you what the website currently looks like, or looked like when I recorded this, I suppose, and also what's going to be expected of you in the class at large. We're going to take a look at the syllabus, and then once we do that, I will send you on to the rest of this week's materials. So first, this is what the My Campus page looks like. You already know that because you found your way to this video. And it has started today, September 16th, and will continue through October 18th, which is when your final is going to be due. The last day to drop is coming up extremely quickly, so it's going to be this Thursday, September 19th. If you don't think that this class is something that you're going to be able to handle on your current schedule, whether it's competing with other classes or with family or with your job or a combination of those, then make that decision as early as you can so you don't get penalized for it in any way. The last day to have a faculty-led withdrawal is going to be Friday, October 4th. So again, that's still going to be coming up pretty quickly. If at the moment you think you can handle this, and by the time the drop date passes, you still feel like you have a handle, but by this point, if you fall behind, you don't know if you're going to be able to catch up, please reach out to me before October 4th and we will see if there's a better plan for you, whether that's withdrawing and taking this course another time, or if it's just doing your best and finishing up this course on the 18th. The difference between drop and withdrawal is that when you drop it, it doesn't show up on your transcript and you don't have to pay for it. If you withdraw, it does show up on your transcript, but it doesn't affect your GPA and you will have to pay for the course. Please talk to your advisor before you make this decision. This is a class that is required for a lot of the programs that you're in, so you want to make sure that you're going to take it and get it done and be able to move on with your program when and as you need to. But again, look at your schedule, talk to your advisor, and see where this class is going to fit best into your life. And what this class is an introduction to effective library research methods and principles of information organization and retrieval. So what that means is I'm going to be teaching you what we have in this library, how to access it, and how to make it work for you as you do your research. We're going to have an emphasis on applied experience when it comes to finding and evaluating information, especially through the use of our catalogs, our journal indexes, and internet resources. What that means is that I'm going to demonstrate to you through various video lectures what we have available, how to use it, what you need to do with what you're being provided with, and then it's up to you to actually put that into practice. So that's going to be the applied experience, where you're trying to find the articles that you would use for your research project that you potentially have. And yeah, we're just going to be covering the basic research tools found in most college libraries, and specifically those here at Tuzzy Consortium Library. What that means is that we're probably going to be spending quite a bit of time on our databases, which you can access through our website. And actually, I will jump over to our website really quickly. And here it is. This is tuzzy.org. We will be looking at it more closely in a later lecture. We are currently experiencing plumbing issues, as you can see. And we have a variety of things that are available through the quick links, including novels and audiobooks through Alaska Digital Library, along with some other things. The main thing that I'm going to have you looking at is going to be under our Find menu, our articles and databases, because this is where you're going to be able to find a lot of materials that are peer-reviewed, academically sound research papers that you can then use to inform your own research. Okay. Jumping back to our page, this is going to be an entirely online class, so I will be posting lectures for you, and I will be posting readings and videos and other materials that I'm going to ask you to browse through and consume or potentially interact with. There's a couple of citation-based exercises that I'm going to have you do in week 3 or 4. I, of course, am your instructor, Zoe Holland. We will be having office hours on Zoom, and those are going to be Thursday from 1 to 3 or by appointment. So if you need help with the concept, feel free to email me, and you can either ask in the email or you can reach out to me to set up an appointment through Zoom. Sometimes it's easier to get an idea of something when you're able to talk it out and figure out the issue that you're having with a concept, and then I can figure that out with you, and then we can figure out how to move on together from there. You are always welcome to call me. The main line here at Tuzzy Library is going to be right here, ending with the 4050. And that is going to be more for your basic questions about the library. If you have questions specifically about this class, you can contact me at that second number, the direct line, at 1729. And my email is zoe.holland@tuzzy.org. That is going to be the most reliable method of getting in contact with me because I might be off on campus and not able to pick up the phone, but I basically always have access to my email, so I recommend that way. But whatever works for you, and again, I'm very happy to meet over Zoom when and as you need to. And if you have time on Thursdays between 1 and 3, just feel free to hop into the Zoom room and I will be there to answer any questions you might have. Thing that I do have in this course is that if you have an assignment that you've turned in on time, then you have infinite chances to redo that assignment to get a higher grade if you didn't like the grade that you initially got. I have the on-time requirement because I do not do late work deductions in this class. I don't feel right punishing people for doing work, and if you turn in an assignment, even if it's late, I want to reward you for the work that you did. But I do think that it's important to give you an incentive to turn work in on the due date that's given. And so that is the option that you have, where if you turn it in on time, even if it's not the best, you can still do it again and again, and feel free to ask questions, and I am always here for that. I have a cute little comic here. This works on booksellers too. I worked at a used bookstore before I came up here and started as an academic librarian in December of last year. And yes, we don't like untidy bookshelves. It gives us hives. Not literally, of course. And I do have a citation for that under here. I will be highlighting this in the next lecture as well, but I do want to note that for a traditional, or rather an accurate and appropriate citation, this second line for the citation is going to be indented, so it's going to be moved about half an inch in, and it's also going to be double-spaced overall. And this is a citation that would come at the end of your paper as opposed to inset like it is here. But I wanted to give you an example of what a proper citation should look like. This is in the MLA format, and because it's an online based material, I did include the access date. Again, we will get more into those details as we go on. You should already have access to the syllabus, which I have linked right here. I have also by this point emailed that out before I've gone on vacation. I'm leaving tomorrow, and we will be going through that next. We don't currently have any announcements, but if they do come up, I will post them here, and I will also include them in an email to everyone. I do have a folder with examples of research papers and topics. This, again, is something I'm going to get into in the second lecture that you have for this week. But for this course, you are simply going to be picking a research topic and doing the research for that as if you were going to write a paper. You are not actually going to write a paper in this course. And then I also have a handy-dandy citation guides folder. And these are going to be various materials that are available to you to help you as you go through the process of creating citations and creating works cited and reference pages in both APA and MLA format. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and open the syllabus and take a browse through there. This is a repeat of all the information that I just went over. I do need to correct that the office hours are going to be from 1 to 3, not 2 to 4, so please disregard that in this lecture. That should be corrected by the time I get the syllabus to you. And so we've already gone over what we're going to be doing in this course, and the hopeful course outcomes for this are that you are going to be able to interact familiarly with library services and the library website, that you will be able to develop research problem-solving strategies. So if you're doing research and you can run across an issue, you have the materials and the processes available that you can solve it, or you know the resources that you can contact or employ to help you solve it. Understand the use of print, electronic, and internet resources. Depending on the resource that you're using, there might be more appropriate ways to use it than others, or there might be other factors that you need to consider when using it. Print materials, for example, they can either be brand new or they can be out of date. Electronic resources might disappear or have inaccuracies, and internet resources can have all those issues and many more. You should be able to locate desired informational resources by the end of this course. You should be familiar with legal considerations of utilizing resources. We will touch on that in the following lecture this week. And be familiar with citation methods with particular emphasis on MLA format. That is a holdover from a previous syllabus. That is something I am also going to correct before I send this syllabus out. When I took over this class last semester, it had previously only been focusing on MLA, but I'd been talking with professors and students, and it became apparent that APA is used just as frequently, if not more frequently, at Elisabeth. So we are now balancing both MLA and APA formats, and my goal is to get you to a point where, depending on the program or the field that you're studying in, you can choose one or the other and feel at least familiar and confident in the basics of that format by the end of this course, and know what resources are out there so that if you are citing something with 3.5 authors published at 2 different points in 2 different locations, but technically the same year, you should know, or at least be able to figure out how to cite that correctly. We do not have a textbook for this course. So lectures, readings, and other resources, some videos are going to be posted on my campus no later than 12 noon on Monday each week for the duration of the course. And in order for you to successfully participate in this course, use course materials, and complete course activities, you will need internet access, a computer with a browser, and Adobe PDF Reader, or a reliable alternative. So please plan accordingly for that. The fact that you're viewing this lecture shows that you have most of those covered already. For the PDF Reader, a lot of browsers now, like Internet Explorer, or that's not what it's called anymore, but Google Chrome and Mozilla, they should already have PDF readers built into them. If not, go ahead and download Adobe if you can. If you have any issues with that, feel free to reach out to me directly, or honestly anyone here at the library, and we should be able to get you sorted with a good alternative. So you are going to be graded across 3 different areas in this course. The first is participation, which is required for this course. You can get 10 points every week, which is going to add up to 10% of your final grade. And you will either get all of that or none of that, no exceptions, no partial credit. And there are 3 ways that you can demonstrate this. So I can see whenever you log in to this course, so I'm going to be checking that you are logging in consistently and viewing materials each week. You can participate in weekly discussion boards and other non-assignment tasks when those are applicable. We are going to have a discussion board this week to introduce yourself, and that is going to be what gets you your participation points this week. And you can attend office hours, so either scheduled or by appointment, or you can email or call me with any questions that you have about the course material, assignments, or final exam, which the final exam is fairly far off. My requirement for this is that it can't be something that's already obvious from the readings or from the syllabus. If you're having issues, please do reach out. Don't feel like that should keep you from contacting me by any means. There's no such thing as a stupid question by any means. But in order to count as participation, I need to see just a little bit more engagement than just asking clarification on when the next office hours are or what we're reading this week or something like that. So honestly, just log in, access the folders, and I'll be able to see that you're engaging with stuff. Make sure that you are doing that consistently throughout the weeks. As I'm going to highlight in the next section, again, I don't have late deductions, but I do need you to be present throughout this course, through all 5 weeks. We are going to have weekly assignments throughout the course, and you are highly encouraged to work ahead, and that means that once things are published on Monday, take a look, see what's available, see what you need to be doing this week, and then make progress through that throughout the week. Even if you don't get the assignment turned in by the due date, make sure that you're keeping up with work. Assignments are going to be worth 60% of your final grade, so the bulk of it, and they are going to be available throughout the duration of the course, and by that I mean that once they are published, they're going to be available through the end, again, so that you can turn them in even if they're late and still get some credit for them. They are always going to be due on the Sunday at 11:59 p.m. following their release on that previous Monday. And there is a course schedule below this that I will show you, so please review that to see exactly when things are going to be due. These assignments do build off each other to an extent. So this first week you're going to be choosing your research topic and getting it approved. Again, we're not actually writing a paper in this course, but you do need that research topic. And then the next couple assignments are going to be finding materials related to that topic, and your week 4 assignment is going to be creating a works cited or reference list based off of that topic. So these all slowly but surely meld into one another, so you do need to get assignment 1 done before you can move on to assignment 2, and so on. They all need to be typed and submitted via My Campus, especially because this is an online course. Handwritten submissions will not be accepted. Please do your best to turn them out on time, and they will be graded and returned to you. For assignments turned in on time, you will be able to make corrections and resubmit for additional points by the last day of class. So you don't need an immediate turnaround when you're going back to try and get some extra points if you maybe missed some the first time you turned it in. But it will give you an opportunity to improve your grade if you are able to turn it in on time. And it's also going to give you an opportunity to practice a bit more, which is always great in a course like this. If you believe you will be late turning in an assignment or have an emergency come up that prevents you from turning it in on time, please do contact me and we will come up with arrangements. If you have something that has come up and you know you're going to be late turning an assignment in, but you would really like the chance to be able to improve it later on, let me know as soon as you can, and we will create a specific due date for you that, again, you won't be deducted anything late if you turn it in past that, but you still have that later opportunity to still come back and take another crack at it. But again, life happens, and I can only grade what you turn in to me. I do try to be quick on turning grades around so you can see what points that you have and what improvements you can make and what you've done well, of course. But again, if I don't have that material in hand to grade, I cannot provide you with that feedback. And I have had issues in the past where students, because there's no late deduction, feel that they can wait until the final week or final few days of class and get everything done. That unfortunately is not how this course works. There is a lot of material that you need to consume before you're able to do the assignments. And if you don't do that consumption early on or during the week that it's assigned, you're not getting those participation points, so those disappear. If it is something where you're not consuming the required readings and videos and you turn the assignment anyway without that informing you, you are going to be deducted points, and if it's late, you're not going to be able to get those points back by redoing the assignment. And again, if you've only given yourself maybe 2 days to get all the work done from this class before it ends, then that is not enough time for you to be able to actually get through everything. So please do keep on top of the work. don't take too much of an advantage of the no late deduction policy, but try to find that balance between life is life and sometimes it takes priority, but also this course is something that's going to continue on with the passage of time and needs you to keep up with that. All assignments do need to be submitted no later than October 18th by 11:59 p.m. in order to be counted, and I will not be accepting anything past that date. I've tried to do it in the past, tried to give previous students that extra weekend, but because of the quick turnaround with my having to teach my next course, it's just not feasible at this point. Sorry. The final exam will be available on my campus by noon on Friday, October 11th. That is me trying to give you that extra weekend rather than giving it to you on the Monday before it's due. It'll be given to you the Friday before it's due, so you have an entire week plus a weekend to work on it. And it'll be due on Friday, October 18th at 11:59 p.m. It's going to be open books, open notes, and you can use any of the lecture materials or the required readings to help you complete this. You will need internet access to complete it because it's going to be a test through my campus. So please plan accordingly for that. Another issue that students have had is that they waited to do everything until the last minute, and then the internet went out because it's the North Slope and that happens. So please keep that in mind as well. Again, contact me if that happens. I will try to give you what wiggle room I can, but if you're waiting until 6 p.m. the night that everything's due to get a start on stuff, there's not too much I'm able to do for you. Right, and we have a breakdown of the grade distribution here. So again, participation is going to be 10 points, the assignments are going to be 60 points, and the final exam will be not 60 points, 60% of your final grade, and the final exam will be 30%. Anything between 90% and 100% is going to get you an A, 80 and 89% B, and so on. I think C is the minimum required for you to pass this class and have it count towards your program. D is considered passing, but again, because this is required for so many of your programs, try to aim for a C or better. I try to make this not too difficult a course, but it does require some tedious work at times. So do your best. Laying it down, we have our course schedule. Again, you can see that every week starts on a Monday, and then everything from that week is going to be due the following Sunday by 11:59 p.m. The only exception to that is going to be the final week, where you do have the week technically opening on Monday, but I will have the final available to you the previous Friday, and then everything, the final and any outstanding assignments will be due that Friday, October 18th. And then we have our usual verbiage with plagiarism and academic dishonesty. One of the things that we will be covering in this class is plagiarism, so especially in this class, please refrain from doing it. It is going to result in you getting various penalties, including for academic dishonesty and potentially receiving an F for the assignment or for the entire class. And we will be looking a bit more at the verbiage regarding that in the actual student handbook when we get further on in this week. For students with disabilities, if you have a disability or think you might have one and need accommodations of any sort, please do talk with Kahlo, who is in Student Services, and she should be able to help you come up with those accommodations for this class. Title IX statement and wellness at Elisagavik. Again, that's going to be Kahlo who's going to be able to help you best with that. If you have any particular issues or concerns regarding this, feel free to reach out to the people who are listed both in the Title IX section and again to Kahlo. And if you need any help from me directly, by all means, feel free to call, email, or contact me during one of those Zoom office hours. That covers most of what we have available to us. So from here on, you are going to have a discussion post that I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself in. Please tell me a bit more about who you are, what you are studying here at Elisagavik, what you would like out of this class, and if you have any fun tidbits about yourself you'd like to share, please do share. And with that, I think we will call it good. I will let you get around to that discussion post, and then please move on to the next lecture where we will start covering materials like intellectual freedom, plagiarism, and the basics of citation. All right, well, I will see you in the next lecture. Bye.